is, as you know, go over.
You're recording.
Okay.
So end the meeting when you're done.
Okay, sweetie. Okay. So I like to go over the things that we are hopefully doing that I've been teaching this class, I think, for a few months. I know I started in the summer, so it's quite a few months already, I think. So we've acquired quite a bit of information about how to have a healthier, happier, more positive life. And I do have things to add today. So I always tell people it's always best, especially if you're a newcomer to this meeting, to have a pen and paper down. And what I'm sharing with you are things that I do on a regular basis, basically every day. I mean, sometimes it's a little bit hard to fit in everything that I'm going to be sharing with you, but I basically work on doing these things every day as much as possible. So I like you to have a pen and paper ready to write these things down. And of course, as much as possible to incorporate these things into your life, into your daily life. And so we always speak about hydration, and I always like to emphasize that. That's one of the first things that I like you to be very careful about. So we said that we need 1 cup of water, and we're not talking about anything with caffeine in it. 1 cup of water or an herbal tea that has no caffeine per every 20 pounds of weight. So I'm around the 120 pounds range. So I have to drink 6 cups of water. So I put those 6 cups of water in a pitcher, and I make sure by the end of the day that I finish those 6 cups of water. Rounds about, like, I usually get into bed anywhere around 9:30 to 10:30, let's say. So by 8 o'clock, I want to be finished with those 6 cups of water, right? I don't want to save 6 cups of water for 8 o'clock at night. So I try to space it. And so by 8 o'clock at night, I want to be finished with those 6 cups of water. Because, obviously you don't want to be running to the bathroom all night. That's not exactly the best night's sleep, right? So, it's 1 cup of water or an herbal tea that has 0 caffeine in it. So that might be peppermint or chamomile or, something like that, that doesn't have any caffeine in it, that will not keep you up, and that doesn't dehydrate your body, because caffeine dehydrates your body. So we want to stay away from that. In terms of the water intake, you can have a cup of coffee, that's fine, but it doesn't count as your 6 cups of liquid. And we all know what happens to flowers when they don't get enough water. Well, your body does the same thing. You may not even really be aware of it, but your body is being depleted if you don't have enough water. Okay? And we spoke about the meditation. So I have different types of meditation. I like to actually play around with meditation. This morning I did something called the Vedic meditation. But generally I like the metta meditation. But meditation, it's very interesting because the word for medication and meditation is almost the same, right? What's missing? Meditation has the T, right? And medication has the C. So I was talking to some friends over the Sabbath, and I said, well, the C stands for chemicals, because medication has got the C. So we say the C stands for chemicals, and meditation has the T in the middle, and that stands for therapy. I mean, you could put in anything you want, but they're so important, and it's scientifically proven that meditation definitely helps your body work better, and it helps with your immune system and your whole, obviously, your nervous system, and helps to calm you down and have your body work better. Okay, we spoke about the yoga breathing, the alternate breathing, right? Switching from side to side. There's a lot of YouTubes on that. Also very, very good for balancing your left and right brain, calming down your nervous system. These are very important things. We spoke about mirror affirmations and going over to the mirror, smiling at yourself, smiling, even if you don't feel like smiling, will definitely helps your whole immune system work better, helps you feel better, helps you look better. So definitely we want to smile, smile, smile as much as possible. So go over to your mirror, and every time I look in the mirror, I smile and I try to say something positive, like "I love you," "I really love you," "You're a lovely child," "You're yummy," "You're my yummy girl." I don't know. You figure out. I said my homework for you last week was to write a letter to yourself, how you would want your parent to have spoken to you when you were a child. Now, a lot of you had very nurturing parents, so it probably wouldn't be so hard for you to even just remember what my mother used to say to me or my father used to say to me, but not everybody had that situation. so, we have to pour a lot of love on ourselves, especially now. A lot of us, are in isolation. We're not getting, together with people that we love, people that care about us, that we're important to. So we're going to have to do that for ourselves quite a bit. So if you can, do your mirror affirmations every day. We spoke about Brad Yates and the EFT tapping on certain meridian points to help get rid of any negative emotions that you might be having: fear, anxiety, self pity, jealousy, anger, blah, blah, blah. There's something called EFT, which stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And it helps you to become emotionally free of negative emotions. And the person I personally like the best is called Brad Yates, Yates. And he teaches EFT on the YouTube. If you have YouTube, you can look him up. If you don't have YouTube, what you can do is order. I ordered for one of my clients. I'm a coach. I'm a wellness coach. So one of my clients doesn't have a computer. She's, whatever. She's computer free. So I ordered her tapes with the EFT on it. So you can get it like that as well. Of course, we spoke about exercise. Everybody knows about that one, right? But at 30 minutes, the best thing is 30 minutes of aerobic exercise at least 5 times a week. And then, of course, you have your stretching and other. So my personal preference, and I'm not a doctor here, I'm just a little lady. I am a wellness coach, but I personally recommend at least 1 hour a day of exercise. So it doesn't have to be standing. You could be doing it like we even do the organ dancing from the chair. You just want to get that body moving. You want to circulate, right? Get the oxygen in your body, get the blood circulating. No stagnation. Stagnation causes dis-ease. Disease is exactly what it says, lack of ease. So I'd like you to incorporate some relaxation, relaxing exercise, yoga, stretching, the breathing, all these things, are really important. So we spoke about a gratitude journal. So I write down at least 10 gratitudes every day. Some people do 5. I have people that I know that do 3, but a gratitude journal has been also scientifically proven to help people's mood. And I'll think sometimes during the day, I'll say, oh, okay, I'm going to put that tree on my gratitude list. Or Moshe and I were passing flowers when we took a walk on the Sabbath. And I said, oh, okay, great. That's going to go on my gratitude list tomorrow. So it just trains your brain to be looking for things to feel positive about, and helps your brain to be focused on the positive. I don't know about you, but I was not born to be this sunshiny, positive person that you see up there, dancing and smiling and laughing. No. This took a lot of work. And it takes a lot of work even every day. It's not like it's really not my nature, quite honestly. It's really, really not. But I work on it every day. And one of the first things that I do in the morning is do my gratitude list. And it really helps. We spoke about the butterfly move. Now, this, if you're having any kind of anxiety, some of you, like, you may have to go for a test. I know I have to go for a list of tests pretty soon, a mammography and a colonoscopy and a this thing and a bone density and la la la, And between you and me, I'm not that comfortable with some of these things. They're not like something I'm like, oh wow, great, I'm going for my mammography today. So I might have a little anxiety about it. It's not the most comfortable thing to do. So when you go like this for at least 60 seconds, it really helps calm down your nervous system. It's really a very simple tool for calming yourself and helping yourself with any anxiety that you have. It's called the butterfly move. And it's so easy, it's simple, it's effective. Try it. You will like it. The other one we talked about, which is also great, when you're feeling, let's say, lack of confidence, you're feeling a little bit down, you're going to do your Tarzan move. Try that for at least 60 seconds with your and this really helps to shift your mood and helps you to feel more stronger and more confident, more positive. That's our Tarzan move. Okay, banging on your chest. I know I have somebody here who's on the phone, so I'll try to be a little more descriptive, but I have my fists and I'm just banging on my chest, on my lungs, and so this is really, it really helps. Okay, we spoke about in terms of food. So there's a few things we spoke about in terms of food. We spoke about incorporating at least 5 servings of at least 8 ounces each of green leafy vegetables every single day. So let's say we usually do it for lunch, like a salad, an 8-ounce green leafy organic if possible. But if you can't get a hold of organic or if it's too expensive, use regular greens. But very, very healthy, very important. And what you want to do is make sure you chew, chew, chew. So 25, we spoke about 25 chews per mouthful, every single chew, every single mouthful. And it's actually a great kind of meditation also. So it's really, really good for you to chew your food. We spoke about probiotics and enzymes. So me personally, I take enzymes with every single meal, every single snack. There are lots of really wonderful, healthy enzymes out there because your body, especially as you get older, your enzymes are depleted, and it's really important. And a lot of people suggest eating, more and more raw foods because they have enzymes. But again, digestion starts in your mouth. God placed in your mouth the ability for you to digest your food. So the enzymes begin in the mouth. So the more you chew, the better off you're going to be. And try to eat slowly and with consciousness and all that. Okay. We spoke about having goals, right? Writing down your weekly goals, your monthly goals, your yearly goals, your 6-month goals, however you want to do it. But have a list of goals. And even on a daily basis, like I really like to make a schedule. And then I get a lot of satisfaction from just checking off that I accomplished. Like if I had, let's say, decluttering one of my drawers today, it just gives me a lot of satisfaction if that's on my list to give a good check on that. We spoke about humor. Okay, how humor is so important. And I asked everybody, the homework for that week was to find 3. What I do is I do a search on the internet of clean adult jokes. And I go through them and I pick out a few that I like. And, I put them in a repertoire. Actually, I was going to show you today, but I forgot. But I have like a whole folder of jokes. I even have Passover jokes. I have jokes for the different holidays. And this is also fun because when you go to a family gathering, well, I don't know how many people are doing that right now, but when you're with other people, you can pull out these jokes, and you can tell them, at your gathering, which is fun. And it's really important because what do we say? Humor is our best friend, and any kind of negative emotion is our worst enemy. So laughter is so important for us. And we spoke about humor, we spoke about gratitudes, we spoke about being a nurturing parent. So I did want to tell you a little bit about, we were going to talk a little bit today, the cause of all disease. I watched a really fascinating YouTube given this week, given by one of these top doctors in England. And he said something very, very important that everybody should know, that all disease comes from inflammation. Every single disease comes from inflammation. So we need to work on getting the inflammation out of your body. Now, all the things that I spoke about with you are things that will help you to get the inflammation out of your body, right? But there are also additional things that you can do. And inflammation, one of the main things I did want to speak to you about today is arthritis. So many seniors, of course, obviously are either suffering from arthritis or going to suffer from arthritis. So there are things that we can do. So reducing inflammation, and now I'm going to use a word that probably, I don't know if any of you have heard, but I just started to hear about it recently when I was doing this investigation for you. Reducing inflammation and excess fibrin. I don't know, did you ever hear of that word? I never did. So fibrin is spelled Fibrin, and with anti-inflammatory systemic proteolytic enzymes. So enzymes are our body's first line of defense against inflammation, illness, and aging. I'm going to repeat that because that is a super duper important concept here, okay? Enzymes are our body's first line of defense against inflammation, illness, and aging, okay? They feed and fortify our entire body, supporting wellness, reducing inflammation, and help slow down the aging process, keeping us younger longer. So these kinds of enzymes, now this is a little bit of a hard word, but I'd like you to write this down. It's called proteolytic enzymes dissolve excess fibrin that forms scar tissue, adhesions, and growths that create inflammation and slow down the circulatory system. So I'm going to spell this for you. Please write it down. And then by next week, I should have investigated which proteolytic enzyme is the best. I'm going to speak to some other people and investigate it for you, because this is something that all of us should be taking, honestly, especially as we are aging. So we get rid of the excess fibrin in the body. And this is a very interesting topic, actually, that really affects every single senior. And so few people know about this. And I thank, God, that he gives me this ability to find things, because I'm a searcher. That's, if any word would identify me, I'm a searcher. So I'm always looking. How do I feel better? How do I perform better? How do I help people more? What can I do to improve my life and those around me? This is like the essence of my journey, is to search and research how to have a happier, healthier, holier life, right? So this is a really important piece of information that came my way. Yeah, I don't even remember how it came about. I think I was watching a YouTube and somebody came on talking about this, and I was like, wow, this is like interesting information. So I'm going to tell you how to spell this, and you can do some information research on your own as well if you want to, and share it with me. I always love to, share information with people and talk about information. So you spell it Pro. So pro, that's the easy part. TEOLYTIC. Proteolytic enzymes. And that dissolves excess fibrin. Now, what I do want to investigate for you for next week is which are the main foods that cause fibrin to accumulate in the body. My hunch, well, I have some hunches about it, but I'm not gonna do that. I want to investigate before I say anything. But if you're still wondering how one little substance can, cause all these symptoms, they all have one thing in common: excess fibrin, that's fibrin, which causes systematic inflammation, causing a reduction in blood flow and the elimination of metabolic waste. So this is super important information for you out there. And what excess fibrin causes in the body, I'm going to give you a list here. You're going to be probably surprised, but it causes arthritis, which of course I mentioned before, arteriosclerosis, which is heart disease, hardening of the arteries, right? Back pain, chronic fatigue. I have a friend who's having terrible back pain. I told her to come on, but I don't think she came on. She's probably in too much pain. But chronic fatigue, chronic pain, fibromyalgia, high blood pressure, sciatica, spinal stenosis, strains and sprains, traumatic inflammation, uterine fibroids. In fact, I learned years and years ago when Moshe, my husband, was sick with cancer, we were working with the doctor, and he, of course, told us, a holistic doctor, and he, of course, told us that what tumors are in the body is the collection of acid, because acid causes, inflammation in the body. And if the body didn't collect the acid into a tumor, the person would pass away. So this is the, God's way of protecting the body. So we're gonna continue on this theme next week, and I'm gonna have more information for you about this. But I do want to also emphasize that all the things that we speak about every week also helps with inflammation. Like I say, every week I go through, I review what we're supposed to be doing. And for those of you who also, we are very into, the CBD, and this also helps to clean your body and get rid of the inflammation in the body as well. So the CBD is fantastic. I put it in all my drinks. I make all my drinks, all my bottles out of the CBD. So I make a nice 2 cups of CBD, and then I add all my other things to that. So we have a few minutes left, so I'll open up the line. If you have any questions or comments, for me, I will allow you, I will allow you to unmute yourself, and you can ask questions or, give comments or anything like that you'd like to. I see Roberta has unmuted. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you. Amen, amen. And Moshe's class too, and Elisheva's class. All the classes at these centers are so amazing. They're wonderful. Suzanne, you wanted to say something? Yes. Oh, okay. So I'll give you my phone number. You can text me or call me. Texting is best because I'm afraid to pick up numbers I don't know. It's 347 891 5941. 347 891 5941. And I don't know if you're registered, whoever's on here who's not registered, I think everybody pretty much is, but if you're not registered, call Roz at, oh, really? Oh. Oh, you have to call, I'll give you the number. Call Roz at 718-263-3921. Yeah, Harriet's been on every class pretty much. Like, Tova Rummy should be registered. She used to come with me in person. Hi, Tova. I think she's registered. No? No? Okay, so Tova, call Roz. It just takes a couple of minutes to register. Oh, okay. No? Okay. So Tova, just call Roz, 718-263-3921. It just takes a couple of minutes. You just have to answer a couple of questions. Anybody else comments, questions about what we spoke about today? I find this very fascinating, this kind of information. So, right, right. So, being that I'm a wellness coach, one of the first things I do recommend to people is that, first of all, you get a blood test. That's one way, of course. And then, of course, we go by symptoms also. Like, it depends. And it's some of it's experimentation, like any other medication, like we might increase the D if you're, a certain, it depends on, what you're manifesting in terms of your symptoms. Of course, obviously, if your immune system's weak, then you're going to get a lot of colds and you're going to get, be very vulnerable to, cold weather and stuff like that. So we're going to increase your C and we're going to increase, your D vitamins. And, we're going to have to play around a little bit because, it's, there's no actual 100% way to say, oh, okay, you have enough vitamin C every single day. You have to see, but certain things, if you're telling me I have this and this problem, then I will give you a protocol to follow, and then we might have to increase or decrease depending on, your symptomology and your blood work. So sometimes you have to go, and then, in terms of your diet, I work with people with their food, and like, maybe they're not eating, enough of the green, vegetables and stuff like that. And so, this shows up in how you feel and in your blood work. Some people like, there are saliva tests that people take also that are very good. There's a pharmacist in Brooklyn that I work with who takes your saliva test, and then, he recommends certain nutrients. So there are lots of different ways to do it. But mostly we go by blood work and symptoms. Anybody else? I hope that was a good enough answer. I don't know. That's my answer. I don't know. Anyone else have a question or a comment? I see we have somebody who called in by phone. Welcome. I don't know if you're registered. 718-275-2335. Not sure who that is, but everybody please register, and don't forget to do all these things. So I'm trying to think, what's a good homework for next week? I always like to give you guys homework. I would like you to start that gratitude journal, okay? If you haven't started already, get a notebook and start writing down at least five. Five is easy schmeezy. But you can work up to 10. That's what I do every day. And, try not to be too repetitive. Like I try not to repeat, the same things day after day after day. Like, of course, I'm grateful for my eyes. I could write down my eyes every single day that I could see, or my ears, or my, nose, or my, but there's a lot of things to be grateful for. So try to mix it up a bit. Not the same things every day, and look for things, in your environment to focus on. Okay, so you can write, so let's get a journal by next week, please, and write down those 10 gratitudes. And I hope and pray that you share with us that you did your homework, your gratitude journal, and that you're using it every single day, I hope. And tomorrow morning we have a class. I believe we have a class at 10. Let me just look. We have a class at 10, I believe. I'll let you know in 1 second what the classes are for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. So we have 10 o'clock with Moshe right here. And then I have 11 o'clock yoga at the Young Israel Forest Hills. Oh, tomorrow's a packed day. And then 12:30 with Elisheva Zumba at a different place. So if you text me your information, 347-891-5941, I will send you out our schedule, and Roz can send the schedule for the wonderful Young Israel of Queens Valley. When you register, she'll put you on the email list, and you'll be getting the emails for that. So many wonderful classes on the Zoom. You never have to be bored or lonely. So much to learn between YouTube and Zoom. We're doing a lot of great things. So love you all. Have a beautiful week. This class is every Monday at 10, but we'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 with Moshe right here at a great sail class. It's aerobics, stretching, weights. It's a really wonderful class. So come back and join us. Thank you, everybody. Love you. Have a great day. Great week.